everyone, welcome. Today I will finally be giving you a shelf tour. The last time I talked about my album collection was like last year, I think around this time. I do have a video posted on my channel, and for that specific video I only counted my albums and I just showed you what albums I have. So a little disclaimer about my collection and my shelves. I do not care about my albums or my shelves looking special. Like, the MO of me wanting my shelves to look really aesthetic, that's not within me and my personal taste. I know a lot of people collect albums so they can look nice. I am never, and I've tried so hard to care about how my albums look, but I just don't. No reason you should be offended about that. I just don't personally find it rewarding to make my albums look nice. So I'm going to give you a very candid, I haven't touched my shelves. What I'm going to show you is what they've looked like for the last, I don't know, 5-6 months maybe. I'm not going to talk about every single album that I have, but what I'll do, I guess, to kind of make it a little bit special is I will try to organize some new albums that I have hoarded from the last unboxings that I have, and then I will put those in the shelves with you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me show you my first little bookshelf. So this is my new little shelf. I bought this when I moved to my new place. This little bookshelf is, what do you call it, like a 3-tier, and I bought it off of Target. It was like $25. I kid you not. It was a steal. So this shelf basically houses a majority of my collection. So let me talk you through the process. Like, what the hell am I thinking when I just shove all my albums in here? So this first little unit here, as you can see, stuffed to the brim. I kind of wanted to do like in size. Actually, I think this whole kind of shelf is by like size because the larger ones are at the bottom. So in my first little section here, it houses some of the Boyz' boxy albums, which I really loathe. I do not like boxed packaging at all. I'm all for book style packaging. All the way. They just take up way too much space, and I've tried every way possible to make it less space consuming, but it's just not possible. And I also don't like, I don't know if I've mentioned it in my last album video, but I don't like how it just says The Boyz on there. I wish there was like the type of album it was, but you know, different era, different times. Also here I have some Wayv albums, and I have some EXO albums. Like I said, it's not organized at all. Like, I tried to do it by size and then I think I gave up. Look, there's the Loveholic album, like totally smushed in here. Oh my god, what is this? I couldn't even tell you. Oh my gosh, it's Kai's version of the Don't Fight the Feeling little booklet thingy. So yeah, that is what that looks like in the first shelf. So in the second shelf down here, my Pentagon albums. And how do I feel about Pentagon? I love Pentagon. I recently decided to just keep on collecting one version of their album. And they had been doing one version for a very long time. It's not until recently that they started doing multiple versions, but I'm sticking to the one version. I don't like that their albums are super huge. They're not boxy, at least some of them aren't, but they're large, like they're very big. So I'm not fond of that. And then we have some NCT albums, and then here's some more Don't Fight the Feeling. Here at the very top, as you can see, I just stuffed the Echo album right here, like it's just there because I didn't know what to do with it. And then here at the top I have a Punch album. I just stuffed it in here. I guess another update that I could give you, I stopped collecting 127 albums and NCT Dream albums. I don't have, what is it? I don't have this sticker album and I don't have a favorite album. And then I stopped collecting Dream. The only reason that I really do have glitch mode albums, they were giving benefits in the US store, so that kind of took away from me purchasing from like SM Global or like K-Town. I have decided not to collect 127 and NCT Dream, so the only NCT unit that I really collect is Wayv. I've tried to part with some of my NCT albums. Since the last video, I think I sold the irregular album. I think I sold the Limitless album. And the ones that I've decided to keep, even though, oh my god, I used to have a shit ton of these NCT 2020. I used to have so many of them. I think I still have like 2 or 3 or more, but I've managed to sell most of them. But I decided to keep that one because that one was my favorite. Maybe I may continue just to collect like one NCT U album. Resonance Part 2, I still have that. And I have the Empathy album here. This is First Press. Hey, is that a flex? No, it's not a flex. No one cares. And then the NCT 127 Superhuman. That was like my first ever K-pop album. And so I decided to just keep it. That is my second little shelf there. Now down here, oh my goodness, what is this? So down here, where do I start? Okay, so here in the very corner, I have One Delight album. I do want to collect all of Baekhyun's solo stuff. I don't know about his Japanese stuff just because they're so large, so I guess we'll see about that. I have my Epex albums down here, and I have 2 H&D albums. Shout out to Hangyo and Dohyun, like one of the best K-pop duos. And then, like I said, here are some glitch mode albums. Then I have one of Kai's solo album, which is just the one that comes with that little stretchy band. And there are the Boyz albums down there. As you can see, I have multiple copies still of the Stealer, as I'm sure that most of you still have multiple copies of the Stealer album. I still have, I kid you not, the 11 or 12 copies of the DIY version in my car. It's in the trunk of my car because I can't seem to sell them or get rid of them. And I did that haul like circa 2019. Yeah, and I still have those albums in my car. I have 2 Breaking Dawn fan club versions, and then I have Maverick. I should have all the Maverick versions here. Yes, I do. Then the giant Neozone album. I chose to keep this one willingly. Neozone was actually like a really great album. Actually, I do have like the N or C version, whatever version that is, because the photo book is actually pretty good. Giant version here. I forgot what that version was called. I like the little scrapbook kind of concept here. Down here, oh my gosh, the bane of my existence, the jewel cases. I have my bazillion copies, not bazillion obviously, of Chaotic Wonderland. I have the Ateez Japanese album. I have a hot sauce. I think the hot sauce is just a little packet because I have Genos on my other shelf. Then I have the Boyz tattoo, some EXO jewel cases. This is Super M Mark, and this is EXO Love Me Right, and down here is a TXT Blue Hour. So that is my mini shelf. I really don't know how many albums I have now on there, but as you can see, they're not organized really in a specific way. I just tend to shove them in there. We'll see if we can fix that because I do have some albums I need to put away, so there's gonna have to be space. So let's move on to my floating shelves. Here are my floating shelves. I added these maybe like 3 or 4 months ago. I highly suggest, like 1000% support the idea of floating shelves. It prevents you from having like a really big unit taking up space in your room. I don't know, to me, like psychologically, like I feel better about it than if having like a giant blocky unit. So please consider floating shelves. I bought these off of Home Depot. I installed them myself, shout out to me. Very easy to install, honestly, very, very easy. And as you can see, it holds quite a bit. And I'm trying really hard not to fill it up. Let's start from the very top. I am sitting down. I can't be bothered to stand up. I'm sorry, you guys. So I'm just going to zoom. At the very top, I have like a giant little case of jewel cases back there. Then I have my DVD little player because laptops these days don't come with a disk drive, which is crazy to me. That's a steal. Capitalism, fuck capitalism. Here I have the 2020 season's greetings, or 21, I don't remember. And then I have the Ateez fellowship from the first world tour. And then I have Jurassic Park Monopoly because Jurassic Park is like one of my favorite movies. So that shelf is pretty much available. I don't want to get to a point where I want to fill it up. So that's the goal that I have. So why have 3 shelves if you're not going to use a 3rd shelf? Because I don't know. That's just me again. So the middle shelf here, this is trouble right here. This is crazy. This is madness. As you can see in this giant tower up here of Ateez albums, like I said before, I hate boxed packaging, and Ateez used to do these giant ass boxes for their album. What era was this? That was Fever Part 1. Oh my god, they were so big and clunky. Oh, I hated them. And then they progressively got the slimmer boxes, kind of like Gravity's slimmer boxes right there. So I have some jewel cases up there as well. And then Gravity's up there, and then Ateez, and then I have some extra Epex albums. And then I have Omega X in that little sleeve up there. So funny story about this album right here, the Ravi album. Okay, listen y'all. So one day I went to the Kpop store without my glasses. You can already see where this is going. And I went with the intention to buy the second mini Omega X album. And all I remember from an unboxing was that it was square and that it was red. And it started with love, right? So I saw this and I just bought it, and like I checked out of the store, and then I drove home, and then I looked at it and I go, wait a minute, this is not, like I didn't even look at the bag once I had put it in my car. Like I was just driving home. Like you might say, oh, why didn't you just look at the bag when you bought it when you were in your car? No, I didn't do that. Like I didn't open the bag until I got home, and I realized it was Ravi's Love and Fight, not Omega X's Love Me Right second mini album. Literally, I wish this was a joke. I wish this was a bit. I wish like I was lying to you, but I literally haven't opened it. It's unopened, and it was so expensive. It was like $28. Why do I have it displayed here like this? To remind me like how stupid I am for not bringing my glasses. I didn't return it. I could have returned it, but again, like the social anxiety of me going back and said, I actually didn't want this album. Like to me, that's just like so triggering to me. Like I could never. So if you want to purchase Ravi's Love and Fight album, just like hit me up. It's literally unopened. Like it's here to display to remind me that I need to sell it. That's why it's here. Yeah, moving on. Did I show you guys here the stack of NCT albums? Oh yeah, and then I have the One Universe album. And then on this last shelf here, I have my photo card albums. This is my benefits binder. This is like my bigger inclusions, the Boyz album. This was my all group binder. This was a 2-inch. It's currently empty. So I'm waiting for the day that I'm like mentally prepared to move my NCT collection from the 4-inch into a 2-inch, which I know eventually that day is coming. So that's why I just have it here. But again, like I showed you, there's nothing in there. This is my 4-inch binder that houses pretty much all of my collection. And then this is an A5 binder that I bought from Walmart. I already put some sleeves in there. I don't know what I want to use it for, but it was like $2.50, so that's why I bought it. Hopefully I don't ever use it. I don't want to use it, but it is there. And this is my NCT Frankenstein photo book. I have managed to trade a lot of NCT cards, but I still have quite a few of them. And then here are my Cravity plushies. You can see the Taeyong dragon plushie is sideways because it doesn't stand up. And then here are like colorful little holder thingies. I swear to you, every single one of these are filled to the brim with top loaders. So this is top loader, this is top loader, this is top loader. I've tried to sell top loaders because I was like, maybe Go managers want to buy like really cheap top loaders so they don't have to buy new ones. But no one wanted to buy my top loaders. So I'm just kind of just saving them there until maybe like one day I want to sell off like my entire collection and then I need top loaders for them. Those are my shelves. Let me just give you another quick little run through. That is what that looks like. So let me go ahead and pan down to this basket down here. Down here I have like albums that I need to put away, so I will do that in this video. And then the rest of the albums at the bottom are like albums that I have downsized. I did downsize SF9, so my SF9 albums are down here. And then I downsized Astro. I used to have all of Astro's albums, even like the super rare ones. But I decided to keep the Gateway album, at least this blue version one, because I really like the photo book, but it's still in here. And I have some AB6 albums down there, and then more glitch mode and sort of duplicate albums that I have on here. And then these are some of the new ones that I have and that need to be put away in the shelf. I'm gonna go ahead and put these albums away. It's not that many, but I'm gonna try to organize them within the shelf. Again, I used to do it by size, so let's see what it ends up looking like. Try to keep the groups together. Maybe that layout will work better if I like start putting things together, not in order obviously, because look at me now. But putting the groups together, let's see how that works. I'm like just now remembering why I have avoided doing this for so long. Why my like ability to care is like very minimal, because this literally like playing Tetris. Like people who love puzzles and problem solving, like this must be for you. Like think you work out something and then you're like, okay, it looks fine, and then you remember you have like a whole other piece of the puzzle missing. I didn't want to, I wanted this to be like a total quick fix. I didn't want to start moving these shelves around, but I might have to make this spot longer so I can fit the boys actually like all together, if that's what I'm planning to do. Okay, let's try again. Okay guys, this is the final product. I literally stopped filming updates because I was getting so frustrated. Like it's literally like a puzzle. Like it's not even a fun puzzle for me. This is like what I said in the beginning, like this is not rewarding for me at all. So let me just show you what I did. I ended up trying to put most of the groups together. I put the boys up here, and then the 3 Woods albums that I have, and then my 2 X1 albums. On the second shelf, I put XO, WeI, and Wavy here, and then there one random Blue Hour album that I have. I don't see this section growing that much apart from Wavy, so there's a little space to grow. And then the last little section here, I put Epex, Pentagon, and I put Baekhyun. I put the Winter Special album for XO because it wasn't big enough to fit in here, and I didn't want to mess with the shelf heights anymore because that was the frustrating part of this whole thing. I put Kai's solo, and then those jewel cases, I think I'm just gonna end up selling it. Even like Ateez's Japanese jewel cases, I don't get anything out of them, honestly. It's going to probably sell them. And that will give me like more space for Epex as they come out with more stuff. My floating shelves, again, I am going to get rid of these. The glitch mode and the hot sauce are the Geno jewel cases. But again, I'm just going to sell them, I think. I don't know. They do not bring me joy, so I'm just going to sell them probably. Cravity, I put like 2 Cravity albums that I had up there, and then I kept pretty much everything the same here. Again, the Ravi album, if you want it, hit me up. So yeah, Ateez, always here. They're gonna have a Korean comeback soon, so hopefully it's not box packaging. And then this is probably all gonna have to change if it's box packaging because the tower goes far enough. And then the last shelf down here, I added NCT 127s, like the ones that I've decided to keep, because that's a collection that's like no longer growing for me. So they're just gonna stay put here. And then NCT U albums, they're coming out like what, once a year. So I'll just add on to it, and probably eventually I'll have to like lie them down to like stack them as a tower, but that is okay. All right, guys, those are my shelves. Those are my albums. I added more into the box because I took a lot of duplicates from the shelf that I had that were taking up space. So definitely this basket is like filled to the brim now. So wish me luck on trying to sell those. I don't know what I'm gonna end up doing with it. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being patient. This was definitely not an easy video for me to film. So thanks again, and I will see you next time.